All right, guys, here is the video. I've actually had quite a few people asking me for another video this year, and this is going to be slightly redundant. A lot of the same items that were presented to you guys last year are making an appearance here with some changes. So this is kind of like the items that I use on a regular basis or just feel that I need them in my kit. So this is going to be a good, I think, video for you to share if people are looking for stocking stuffer ideas for you in the giving season. And these are some really great ideas, and I'll provide all of the Amazon links or Esslinger or Vario or Haveston, whatever link you guys need will be all down below, and I'll put them in order that I showed you in the video so you can hopefully find it pretty quick. I might goof it up, but I apologize if I do. Now, full disclosure, all of the Amazon links are affiliate links. So what that means is it doesn't cost you any more. But if you buy that item or any item, once you click on my link, I get some sort of like percent or something. Like, I don't know how it works, but it's an affiliate link and I get some money from it, but it doesn't cost you anymore. All right, so let's get right into this. My most used tool is actually the spring bar tool. So, and at the bare minimum, I think everybody that's into watches should have the Bergeon 6767, which I believe is this one, which honestly, these are actually more now. They phased them out and they went to the 7767. So the 67, I don't know why you would want it, but here it is. Get the fine, so it'll be 6767-F. That's the tip you want. And then I have a different tip on this end, but it'll just have a poker on this end. And these are like $29 now, whereas the 7767, this guy here, actually I like the size of it and the grip on it a little bit more. So, and these are less money. These are only $21. So just get the 7767. It's just a different holder for the same attachments, which these unscrew and you can replace because you will screw them up. I've bent these, I've messed up the forks on these. Again, you want the -F. You can order extra tips. So if you're ordering the tool for somebody, maybe just, this is $21, maybe add the $12 that you can get the extra tips so they have spare tips. So there's that guy. If you want to take it up a notch, you can go with, and I'll see if I can find links for them, but Strap Mill Canada actually has one with better knurling on it and a little bit better traction versus the Bergeon. And they have really good hardened steel tips as well. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this style here. I don't really have a use for that. Excuse me for the lack of focus there. So this one, I mean, really, that's just like an extra one if somebody needs it. This is my most used and favorite one, but these are Bob Labs, and these are like $60. So this is more for, and you can see even the tip on this one, I've already bent it. So, but these take the Bergeon tips, so you can just unscrew these and replace it. But this has an aluminum body, oversized, and it has these rubber grommets, so it's nice and quiet when you set it down. So that's just a little extra stuff there. The other thing I use a ton are these sizing blocks. These are like $7 on Amazon. The link I'm going to give you probably has a yellow one. Don't get hung up on the black or the yellow or the red. They're pretty much all the same. They're just a cheap plastic block. There are better grades out there, but you don't really need them. And the kit that I'll post a link to also will come with these driving pins. These are going to be helpful. Oftentimes I can use that's why I bend these, this tip here to drive out like a pin and collar or split pin. But sometimes you need a little bit more, and you'll need these different sized pins here, and you'll need like a little hammer. It'll have a brass on one side. Again, it might look different than this one, but brass on one side and it'll be like Teflon on the other. So that's only like $7, and it comes with the pins, the block, and the hammer. So definitely get one of those. The cheap one's fine. I don't really have a problem with the cheap one in that aspect. Another thing, and again, this is like not an absolute necessity, but I find that I use this a ton, and you can already see I got it marked up. I might even order a new one. This is the Bergeon 7808 V for probably verde for green. There's like a black one, a clear one, but it has a slip resistant padding on this side, and then on this side it has a really nice work surface for working on watches. These are kind of expensive. They're like 40 bucks. So again, not completely necessary. And I have found, but I haven't tried, they're like an electronic anti-static kit, and it has like little pockets for different, you could put screws or pins in or something like that. So maybe I'll throw a link to one of those up there just so you can find that too. Those are only like 20 bucks. So like half the price, and I bet you it's probably just as good. So here's where I've changed a lot, and I'm going to do a separate video on this, but screwdrivers. I am back to the Bergeon, and I'm using mostly the 1.2s, which I have 2 of them here, but more importantly, I am switching back to screwdrivers that I can replace the tips, and the tips, or the blades, the tips, are made for watch screw links, the pins. So you can replace them. You can also, like, you can get stones and like clean them up and freshen them up. I haven't done that yet, but I have a couple of new ones coming in, and I'll do a video maybe next week or something that are a little bit bigger than this, and they have more ergonomic traction on them. So I'll put a link to those ones instead of these ones. They're more money, but you're going to want at least the 1.2 and the 1.4, and they're both like $25 each. So I was just showing them. If you want to save some money, this is a Moody, and it is made in the USA, Moody one. I've had really good luck with this tip, but it is also serviceable. It's also replaceable. You can slide it out, and it'll stay in place really good. So that's another option, and these are only like $8. So potential money-saving option there for that. But I haven't tried any of the other sizes in this one, but this is a 1.4. I'll put a link to this. That one works really good. So I'm back to the replaceable tips. I've had some issues with the non-replaceable tips failing on me. I think it's just a cut that they use. They're not really intended for how we're using them, guys. Tweezers. Now, I use these actually way more than I thought I would, because a lot of these watches, they have very small screws in some of their bracelets. So, and you want an anti-magnetic. This is a Vetus. This is the ST10 or ST12. I'm going to give a link to the ST10 because I couldn't find the ST12 anymore, but they're really fine tip and they're pretty sharp. So they keep them in this little plastic keeper here. Now you could go with like a ceramic, or the main thing is you want non-magnetic. So, but you're going to want yourself a nice set of tweezers. Shockingly, I use those way more than I thought I would, dealing with like pin and collars, especially because you got to like put the collars back in. You can't grab them with our big fingers. These are little tiny pieces, so you got to have a set of tweezers. Crystal press. I haven't been doing any pressing in a while, but I figured I'd throw a link out there. The price actually went down on these. Last year, the Amazon link for this was $85. Now it's only $77. So if you're messing around with crystals or bezels and stuff like that, you're going to want yourself one of these guys. All right, let's turn the page. Another thing that I use literally every day are these jewelry bags, and I buy them in bulk on Amazon. They're like $9, and it comes with a ton of them. This is what I'm using them for. I always bag my extra parts when I'm sizing a bracelet, and I swear more often than not, when somebody loans in a watch, whether it's a manufacturer or an individual, the links are just floating in the box. That's how you lose parts, guys. Put them in these bags. A larger bag maybe works better, and you could put a card in here, cut a little piece of paper and write on there what it is and put it in there versus writing it on the outside, which might wear off. It's a little harder to do in these smaller bags, but you still could. You could take a little piece of paper, write on there, and put it in there with that. I haven't done that, but that is something I'm going to do soon. Let's see, where am I at? Jewelry bags. I don't use this a ton, but I absolutely love this. This is from Esslinger. It's a Seiko S926. It just makes some weird, hard to size bracelets a little more manageable because it's a controlled type of environment to size it versus fumbling around in the block. But these are like 90 bucks, so I get it if you don't want to buy one of those. The same thing, this does it in a different fashion, but this thing kind of does it the same thing. This is also from Esslinger. These are like 34 bucks, but it also has a nice pin driver here that stays locked in this center collar, so you can keep it focused. Now, when using all of these, well, I'll get to that here in a second, actually. So next up would be digital calipers. Now, I'm running the YouTube channel, so I'm constantly sizing things, but you might need to size things too to buy, you know, the right strap or anything like that. So these are cheap enough. You know, these are like 11 bucks. So I'll put a link to that on Amazon. It's worth having around. And this is all like plastic. You shouldn't scratch your watch. Still be careful, but you shouldn't scratch your watch. Reader glasses. This is what I started to say. These are 3 times reader glasses. You might not need them yet. I don't use reading glasses except for when I'm sizing bracelets. I need to see clearly that I have the right screwdriver into the location or a pin, because when you can't see, if you don't have good lighting and good optics, that's when you scratch and mar things up. So get a set of reader glasses. A Timegrapher. I'm going to move the camera here. I use this guy here. It's all marked up and everything like that, but that's an extra thing. You don't need that, but Timegraphers are just kind of fun, geeky type thing to have in your arsenal. I went with the larger screen one. There are cheaper ones, but that one's 250 bucks. So if you're interested in getting a Timegrapher, it's 250 bucks. You know, if you've already kitted out everything else, I don't know, pick up a Timegrapher. It's just kind of fun. Then you know what's going on with your automatic watch, how it's running and everything. Let's get back to the more affordable things. These little Seiko marathon type clocks. Now I have the Supreme and I have the silver and the gold, but the traditional yellow one I think is really the best one. And these are like $33 on Amazon still. So it takes a couple AA batteries. You can get an adapter plug for it if you want to like have it just plugged in, but really just throw a couple AA batteries in there. Just kind of a fun, nice little desk clock to have at your office or wherever. Let's move on to, these guys, these Seiko Monster, they're technically watch holders, so you would put your watch like right there. They glow in the dark. When I kill the lights, I'll show you that. They're epically cool. There are other models. So my buddy Jerry, who runs a 3D print business, he made these in collaboration with myself and Bruce Williams. So you can still get these. They're around $40-ish. Again, very cool thing to have in that price range, depending. He's got different models, different colorways and stuff like that. Let's see. I think there's a few other things I want to show you. If I didn't mention a watch, if you're looking at getting a watch for somebody or just for yourself, pick up a world timer, man. How do you not have one of these? The Casio world timer, I have like 10 of them. Legit. And I have them down here, but I have them stuffed all over too. You can get them on the resin strap. You could get the silver one with the metal bracelet. You can get these Vario leather straps. These are like, so these world timers are like 20 bucks. The leather straps like these are like $28, I think. But they fit really good and they kind of just elevate the wearing experience and color of the watch. If you wanted to get crazy, and gift somebody a world timer, maybe a Vario strap, and then go over to eBay and pick up these Lee filters. These are like test filters, but you can cut these open. You can take these filters, you open up your watch, and then you can, it's not easy, but like with a steady hand and some good optics, you can glue these on and you can customize your world timer watch so it looks more unique. It's special to you, and you just use these Lee filters. It's a fun little craft project. Speaking of Vario, there's also, if you have a lot of straps, this is oversized for the camera, but this is a strap roll. So you can put all your straps, like it holds like, I don't know, 30 of them or something, but you can put all your straps and organize them in here. I'm still working on sorting that out. And then you can just keep it all in one place instead of just piled up in a drawer like I have them now. So these are really cool, and these are only like $32. Also for watch transporting, or just storage. Like I have a watch box. You probably already have a watch box, but if you're traveling, these Mirage watch rolls are my favorite so far. Favorite for the price point, because they're like $69 and they're the best for taking your watch in and out, and they're nice and soft. I am a big fan of these ones. There are other brands out there that are similar, but I would stick with Mirage. I've had 0 problems with the Mirage so far, and I think pretty much everybody I know, they really haven't had any problems with the overall construction of them. You can get them in different colors. Like here's a blue one, here's like a dark brown one. So, and they have, you know, these are 3 watch rolls. They have 2 singles. I think they might even have larger ones. All right, guys, that's just a quick glimpse. I think I showed you some very affordable things, and I really tried to focus on the things that I use on a regular basis, and hopefully that helps out. Let me kill the lights so you can check out the glow on these, on those guys there. I think I forgot to add too, another good option, I meant to mention this, is go over to Haveston. I'll put a link to their website. These coasters are really cool. You usually see them in my backdrop. They're pretty affordable. I forget how much how they are, like price-wise, but they're like 20 or 30 bucks. You can get these coasters. They have a playing deck of cards that are all watch related. Those are pretty cheap. That's a really cool gift idea. And they have some other things too. Of course, they have straps and everything too, but that's not sponsored. The Vario, the Haveston, all that, Mirage, I'm not sponsored by any of that. Well, the Mirage, I'll give you an Amazon link, but so all the Amazon links, yeah, I'm an affiliate Amazon link guy, but the rest of the stuff, Esslinger, I'm not associated with any of that stuff. So thanks for watching, guys. Good luck on your hunt for affordable watch gifts, and I'll see you on the next vid.